Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the island where it is a very hot and humid day and it's actually really overcast. Look at the sky. So I'm not sure about the sunset part tonight, but we're definitely doing our Backstreet rides. Maybe head over to the Truman waterfront if we feel that we can see a little bit of some nice colors here. So welcome to Key West, happy Tuesday. And of course it's our 2 on Tuesday streams. This is the first one. We'll have our second one in just a little bit. Gabe is playing at the Salty Frogs, so he's going to kick off the next stream around 8:15ish. Starting off here, we went through this little lane. We're now on Petronia Street. We are going to turn left on Whitehead Street and head towards the Southernmost Point tonight. Taking the little back streets to the southernmost point, so we're going to turn here onto Olivia. It is technically a one-way, but it's a really quiet street and we can always get out of the way on our little trike. We're going to turn here onto Little Terry Lane. That pole probably got taken out a couple of times. They kind of built like a giant cement block around it. Hey. How are you? Pretty Royal Poincianas here. This is a little, I was about to say this is Julia Street. It's not, it's Truman Avenue. So this little street is what Truman Avenue becomes once you hit Bahama Village here. Now we're gonna turn here onto. So now let's go one further, because this is a one-way again. Let's try to not take every one-way in the wrong direction. Let's go to Amelia. So yes, the light isn't as nice as it normally is this time of the day because it's so overcast. Oh, that's pretty. Somebody painted that electricity pole. So we're going to turn here onto Whitehead Street and we'll go and check out the Southernmost Point tonight. It's probably one of those good nights to stand in line for those who want to take pictures because it's not too hot. And another Royal Poinciana. The official key, the official tree of Key West, the official key of Tree West, yes, sure. The official tree of Key West, the Royal Poinciana tree. And we do not have a second camera tonight because I was kind of worried that we were gonna get a storm, and I thought with the rain, if I have a second camera it really takes ages to set it up and take it down. So I figured I'd keep it light, so in case it starts raining we can just, you know, sneak into a bar or something. So I was trying to keep it simple setup so that we can move faster in case we have to. So let's see if we have a lot of people tonight here at the Southernmost Buoy. Not a long line here tonight. And it looks like the house right across from the Southernmost Buoy is being rebuilt. I know they had a pretty big wooden porch there. Looks like they are redoing this. And over here we have the Southernmost house. Let's see if we can drive through their driveway. That's what it's for. I think this is the first house that had electric on the island. The first one to have electricity, or was it the first ones to have a phone? Now I am confused. I know it was definitely something of the biggies, being the first one on the island. Pretty, isn't it? Love this place, and I just realized there is a curb here.
Welcome to the Southernmost house.
Hey!
Founded in 1897 by William Curry as a wedding present to his daughter, Florida Curry. She wanted no visitors and she wanted no children, so this mansion behind us was built as a one-bedroom mansion. She did want the best electricity that her father could find for her, so he hired Thomas Edison to travel to Key West and install the electricity in the mansion that is today known as the Southernmost house. The Curry held the mansion till 1919 when Al Capone seized the mansion. He used this mansion as a gambling casino and a bar, a speakeasy, and he held this building all the way till 1933 when Prohibition was repealed and Al Capone went back to Chicago, and the house was purchased by the Ramos family, who ran it as a restaurant, Casa Cayohueso, till 1949 when the house was converted to their private residence. It remained their private residence till 1998 when it was converted to a bed and breakfast, which it is today. In that house, 5 American presidents have appeared. Truman, Nixon, Carter, Eisenhower, and John F. Kennedy have all visited the mansion behind you, along with Charles Lindbergh, Louis Armstrong, Tennessee Williams, Ernest Hemingway, and Juan Carlos, the King of Spain. Today it is an 18-room bed and breakfast and is accompanied by the Seaside Cafe, which is behind me, a little restaurant on the water that serves as the hotel's restaurant, but it is open to the public.
And I confirm it's delicious.
It's delicious, and it is most famous, of course, for lobster pizza. And that's a little bit about the Southernmost house, which is the mansion right at our back.
Thank you. I remembered the electricity, but I also remembered you showed me the what was it? The first gramophone?
The electricity was put in this house by Thomas Edison, who left behind his very first home phonograph.
Yes.
That home phonograph today sits in the lobby of the hotel.
I do it. Thank you. Thanks. So you all met Michael, who is running this gem today. And over there is the Seaside Cafe. We have a 360 stream from there. And they also have delicious salads, I have to admit. And every time we come here, we're like, okay, we're finally gonna try the famous lobster pizza. And then somehow we end up eating a salad because we come here for lunch, and when it's really hot, or you know, we have to go to work afterwards, we're like, okay, well, let's try to eat something light. But so of course here, the Southernmost house right next to the Vault Pocket Park. Really cool. Obviously Michael can tell you the history of this place way better than I did. Remember, I wasn't even able to remember if it was the first place with electricity or the first place with a phone. Now the reason why I'm mixing this up is, so you have electricity at the Southernmost house, but right next to the Southernmost Buoy, we have the cable huts that ran over to Cuba, and they have the telephone lines that were going over there. So that's where the landlines came in. So both in the same area, but a couple of houses apart. I definitely have to cut this out so that we have like a separate explanation just of the southernmost house. Hey! And we're all cabled up, but I would love to show you guys the lobby and Addison's, I don't know the scientifically correct term for the record player back at that time. I guess I savagely call it a record player. So guys, we're currently riding down the quiet end of Duval Street, and I do see a little sliver of sunset colors on the horizon tucked behind those trees, hiding behind those trees and the building. So we are going to try to head over to the Truman Waterfront Park. We have another 20 minutes until sunset. And right now we're cruising, as I said, the quiet end of Duval Street. Over here we have the Banana Cafe, highly recommended as well. Thank you so much, Colleen, for the super chat. And we are turning here onto Little Catherine Street. And over here we have Little Thompson Lane, since we like to explore the little lanes. Thompson Lane meets Louisa Street. This one is pretty wide for a little island lane. Pretty bougainvillea here, bright pink. Speaking about little lanes, guys, we still have our petition going. And our Streamlabs bot is posting the link. If you haven't, please, we would really appreciate it if you could sign our petition to the city of Key West. We're trying to save one of our little walking lanes that somebody wants to use as their private driveway. And we really need your help and get the word out. So if you can, and if you haven't, you can sign this petition. It's the one with the green hearts that Streamlabs is posting in the chat, so you can just click on the link and add your signature, and we'll also update you on how things are going. So over here we have one of my favorite houses on the island, this old wooden house here. So Besides Bahama Village, which we are currently riding through, that's where you see a lot of the colored houses, because it celebrates the Bahamian culture, and you know, they had a lot of the colored houses. But the rest of Key West, the houses are mainly white, or the previously to white, you would have just the unaltered wood, and you can see the gray is, you know, how it ages, and then looks like they did some repair work with new wood, and you can see the color difference. So this is what all the houses looked like at one point. Then people started painting them white, and with the exception of Bahama Village, where you would see a lot of the very colored ones. But there are a couple of those old houses on the island that aren't painted. Now the thing is, once it has been painted once, it's really hard to not paint them, unless you really want to try to like scrape off all the paint that's on there. So once the house is painted, it's really hard to go back to a wood only look. But there are a couple of these houses on the island, and I think they're really, really pretty. And our house was actually like a salmon pink color when we moved in, salmon pink and blue shutters. And then we decided to change everything that was pink. We changed that to the bright yellow, and then everything that was blue became green. So that's the story behind the colors of our house, which is within Bahama Village, hence the bright colors. We kind of try to, you know, honor that Bahamian culture. And over here, these guys did a great job at creating those little signs. That's one of the things I still want to do. So it says Duval Street that way, Green Parrot, Hemingway House with the cats. And the little detail, it's that it's a 6-toed paw print. Even Captain Tony's Saloon is on there. And I don't know if you can read the sign. I dream of a better world where chickens can cross the road without having their motives questioned. And the finishing touch is that little pink mailbox matching the house. Really cute. So we are getting sidetracked here. We are on our way over to the Truman waterfront, although I really don't see any sunset colors anymore. But it's really cloudy tonight. But we'll head over. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I see a lobster mailbox there. we have some birthday balloons in those wires up there. So this area is probably the most unchanged area of Key West at this point. And from here it's also a shortcut over to the Truman waterfront. There is an affordable housing project going on for this area here. As you know, we are very short on places for locals to stay and live because everything is being rented out to visitors, or you know, a lot of people can no longer afford the rent because, you know, obviously the homeowners prefer to rent out to visitors because it's obviously not the same rates. So we are going to cut through here, the old football field here, and then we'll cut over to the Truman Waterfront Park, see if we can catch a little glimpse of the sun setting. Over here we have the new soccer field, so it's closer to the Coffee Bottle Amphitheater is right behind it. And look at those clouds. Looks like we have a private function here going on the Ingham. It is Tuesday night.
And there was nobody down there, so we could have gone, like, seems like.
So there's a little bit of a glimmer on the horizon. But yeah, there was quite some storm clouds here.
They'll pull them up for me.
todo arranca un plan. Con 3 lucas arranca un plan. Capaz me compro un plan y se le dejo. Ya me queda ahí.
That's all good.
It is official sunset time in Key West. We are being treated to a little bit of a afterglow here.
Oh my gosh, this is a kid dog. Oh, he's so cute.
So guys, I want to remind you that we do have a second stream coming up tonight. You know we have 2 on Tuesdays. Look at those colors. And Gabe is playing at the Salty Frog. I was going to check if he's already live. Let me see. Or maybe he's waiting until we're done. No, he is live, so we can have a little bit of Salty Frog music in the background. Here you go. We have some Nirvana going here. Not sure that fits the sunset mood. Oh, we got some playful doggy here. Ooh, looks like we're getting some nice colors here.
Yeah. He was out there swimming around with some of his friends. Yeah. Well, it's good.
I'm afraid the camera isn't doing it justice in real life. It's really colorful.
Taking photographs. Take a look at me.
Key West rush hour. You can see all the boats coming back in from the sunset cruises. Turned out to be a pretty sunset after all. Thank you so much, Bad Boy, for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much, Sandy. Yes, it is going towards a camera fund. Quite the clouds tonight, but really pretty with the sun. So here we go, another beautiful evening in Key West. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll hand you over to Gabe at the Salty Frog, that he's waiting for you. So follow the link to the next stream and put in some song requests. As always, he might have some troubles, although seeing the song requests, because he only has his phone. But let's hope the stream works. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Glad you enjoyed a little bike ride, little island bike ride. I'm glad we got to see a little bit of a sunset after all. Have a great night, everybody. And I'll see you over in the chat at the Frog. Have a great night. Bye, guys.